Everybody to the third episode of the Redacted Hour podcast. Lieutenant Dan's Alaskan VBucks.
Remember, every Friday at 9
Redacted Hour. Every Friday at 9 Pacific Standard Time.
Your color changed to purple to show that you're streaming.
It did, in fact, because my Twitch account's linked to my Discord account.
That's amazing, dude.
We should make a Discord server for the Redacted Hour podcast. That's a great idea if we had more than 0 followers.
So we could get some guests on.
Yeah, get some guest stars, you know? Steve
random.
Nani Jocksville.
Ryan Dunn.
Today we have the one and only.
Wasn't he that dude that Paul Walkered himself?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was.
We got OJ. We've got OJ Simpson. We've got Tupac. XXX Tentacion.
That's the same as getting Tupac. You're just sitting down when you get XXX Tentacion compared to Tupac.
Oh no, we gotta add Little Peep.
I love that.
Rest in peace. Piddle Lee.
Let me. Oh, I just got a notification for the. Let me get something off my.
For the podcast.
Let me get something off my chest. I don't think Lil Peep was that good of a musical artist. He was barely a rapper.
He was more of a vocalist. That's understandable.
He was Post Malone became a famous white dude, and at the same time, Lil Peep's kind of a little bit of that sucky behind the Applebee's Post Malone. And I'm not saying it's coincidence. I'm just saying.
Oh, we should talk about. I mean, everybody's already talked about this on more reputable podcasts, but the whole Susan what's her last name? Wojcicki. What is it? Yeah, it's Lebowski. Yeah. No. The CEO of YouTube, Susan, whatever that fuck her name is, was talking to Juice WRLD. I don't remember when this was. I think it might have been at some fucking thing. But she was talking to him. Essentially, she was just like, "Oh yeah, there, bud. We can get your subscribers up there real good." Everybody was like, "Yeah, this is who you need to talk to. You want that YouTube clout." She was like totally implying that she was just gonna like artificially boost his numbers.
And if out of anybody, I think Juice WRLD is a surprising pick.
Oh, she's probably done it to many other people, but there's no video of that.
I mean,
Juice WRLD's probably not the only one.
I'm just gonna say I never saw Lucid Dreams until I saw Susan. And that's not a coincidence. I mean, it wasn't a vivid wet dream nightmare, but you have visions sometimes.
So yeah, definitely some sketchy dealings, wheelings and dealings going on. I didn't finish it. I was watching the H3H3 podcast earlier, and they were gonna do a saliva alcohol test on her on her spit that she sent to Ethan. That was probably pretty great. Everybody go check out the H3H3 podcast.
Yeah, we're
live. I think we're live at a different time than them.
We're a bad version of them, dude.
Yeah,
but with 100%
like 8 cameras and sound directors.
100% more piss fence stories.
We have a Discord group call and like a really bad CPU.
Well, I mean, like, no disrespect to H3, but he's kind of a Chad dude, but he has like cool kid Tourette's. It's
cute Tourette's. Yeah,
he has like there is
teddy bear.
Dude,
Teddy Fresh.
You see these people with Tourette's, and I like using Sweet Anita because she's such a good person, but she's tweaking or whatever they call it. What is it? Ticking,
yeah.
Bitch lasagna by PewDiePie, and you see H3H3 and his eyebrows are just doing the wiggle worm. And I'm not gonna demean someone with because it's terrible if you have anything. But I'm just saying he kind of got blessed by the
holy divinity.
I mean, you could also not have like the most beautiful Jewish facial hair that makes
he has.
he's
a good-looking Jew.
He's got the, well, I mean, I guess you could say that, but he's definitely got the long end of the stick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he also has
I personally think that he's not an ugly person.
He has a wife, and that's a lot more than any of us.
And a kid.
Yeah. Welcome, Theodore.
And a dog.
And I would like to say, a shout out to the single boys in this podcast. That is me and another person, if they want to step up, saying that they are on the straight and narrow, acquire currency, forget hoes, or whatever they call it.
You mean the am I on the good side?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that's really bad out of context. He's talking about his mic, not.
Yeah, am I on the good side? Means, am I on the good side of my microphone because it doesn't have labels anymore?
He spray painted his microphone 6 times and left it out in the rain.
Yeah. So what happened was I wanted to make this microphone's blue by default. It's a BM800. It's been rebranded by every Chinese company under the world and under the umbrella of the earth. And it was blue, and I wanted to paint it black, and that didn't go so well a couple times. But now it's a nice shiny black microphone.
I think I should bring up something for this podcast, and I don't know if I can speak for podcasts after this, but Wet Pants will be a little bit quieter. But don't think it because we're cutting them off.
Lives in a house with other people that also are in the same.
It's like those Mexican households that has 37 cousins.
Xbox 360, 2011. You can hear like
also
chocolates getting thrown
for those
at people.
who thinks. Hold on, for those who thinks that is racist, I grew up in a house like that on my own. So, I guess it is racist, but it's still I'm making fun of my own. Does that make it okay?
I'm the whitest cracker you'll ever meet, and in white households, you hear
that's a lie. He's actually the darkest person I've ever met.
I'm Native American.
In the Xbox Live groups, where you can hear in the background parents filing divorce papers and
yeah, bro,
and them complaining about not having enough milk.
That was always a thing.
That's the background of like. Both parents make $100,000, and you live in the suburbs of Redacted.
And you also snuck a beer from your dad, and he counts his beer, so he busts in your room, and that yells if you stole his beer.
Are you making a casual reference about somebody that we know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there, bud.
I have to say,
oh yeah, pal.
I'm not a bad child, but if I was ever gonna drink, I wouldn't sneak my parents' beer.
Oh no, I'd get
You take your friend's parents' beer.
Well, no, but
beer
is
that works.
Have you ever tasted beer,
people,
dude?
Like beer's disgusting, dude.
It's just piss water.
It's piss.
It's piss, dude, and it doesn't taste
good
beer,
hot. It looks like piss.
It does, dude. I agree.
It's
with
like coffee.
It isn't, dude, because coffee doesn't taste like
if you drink straight up black coffee, it tastes like piss. Medicine, like you would heal wounds with, dude.
Okay, I love the taste of black coffee. It kind of tastes like, when you go to like a soccer match and they've had the porta potties there since last soccer season, and you smell that fermented piss, dude. That's the exact taste of cheap beer. Like if you go to Applebee's.
Calvin's desk, like back in the day before he actually, when he actually had space to leave dishes on it, and you'd find like a bowl half full of spaghetti that's been there since like 3 winters ago. And
I heard the story of the moldy spaghetti.
Not just mold, but it's got like another being growing in it. It's that
kind
of smell. It's the cultivating of like predator enzymes. Like you're gonna wait a couple of years and you're gonna have yourself like a full blown A full-blown predator alien.
I don't think I have truly ever left a bowl in my room longer.
I've legitimately
than, like, a day.
there'll be a glass behind my monitor that I forgot about.
Well, that's different. You're not putting you're not festering fly nests in your glass of water.
I've left like glasses of like a little bit of orange juice like behind my monitor. And I'll leave them there for too long. They don't smell. Mold doesn't smell.
It doesn't. That's why.
And orange juice, it just grows black mold or white mold. It grows both kinds of mold.
That's fantastic.
I'll look over there and I'll be like, oh, how long has this been here?
How long have these spores been killing me when I've been playing my Doom VODs?
Yeah, I'm glad that I don't leave glasses of orange juice in my ventilation system. I don't have one. We don't have central heating in our here.
It's also not good to store your piss in ventilation system either.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody check back to the highlights of the last podcast. What was that?
I was unironically watching that, and for a second there, I completely forgot that I was listening to a podcast that I was on.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
And then I had a realization. I feel like I'm very out of place because you have like a nice icon. Delmar has like a green text meme, and I'm an anime girl. Let me change
that icon, boy.
Let me change this.
Have I told the story of in Alaska,
Guantanamo Bay?
That same guy's in the chat asking for toe pics of Charmander. If I donate 80, will you give me Charmander's toe pics? Yeah, I will.
80 bits or dollars?
No, $80. We can't get bits, remember?
We're not. Yeah, okay.
We're not redacted enough, dude.
Apparently.
We should just have a podcast where every word we just censor it out, and we all get like.
Only the adjectives and conjunctions are left. So it's just.
Yeah.
And redacted. So redacted.
They would be one of the worst things ever. We'd have to have like a low tone, like I guess. I don't know, beep, like a low beep, not like a
I know which beep it is. I know the frequency.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure.
Wow,
we should put some very low. Sorry to interrupt. Some very low, like white noise in the background.
That's terrible,
lo-fi
dude.
Playing on the stream.
Sounds like we're in an interrogation room.
Yeah. No, I have lo-fi playing on the stream.
All right, that's good.
I'll just change it to this image because this girl is actually the same age demographic of I.
So I was on a plane today.
Wow.
Sitting next to a kid who was watching 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh.
And to the right of him, I was on the window seat. And there's a guy who looked like Kevin James. And I'm not lying. He looked like Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Who was sitting next to you?
The 7 Deadly Sins kids.
Yes.
Was Redacted sitting next to you? Was Calvin sitting next to you?
No. He was with his mother. But
so the kid that was sitting next to you wasn't Calvin, and it was watching the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yes.
Oh,
he downloaded all the episodes. No.
Was there not Wi-Fi on the plane?
No, he downloaded the episodes.
You have to pay for Wi-Fi on most planes unless you're flying first. Yes, you do, dude.
Every plane I've ever flown on with Wi-Fi just has Wi-Fi.
What like $1,000 planes are you going on?
Yeah, like what nice plane.
The last time I flew to Texas, that plane had Wi-Fi. And that's like barely. That's like barely even long range domestic.
I went to Alaska.
747. I don't remember.
Anyways, this Kevin James was he was so interested in 7 Deadly Sins. he kept giving like glances, and that show has the most fan service I've ever seen on a show. So I look at a screen and there's boobs. And there's like
watch Bakemonogatari then, dude.
No, this has the weird fetishes of giantess.
No,
dude, it has some weird ones.
Have you ever watched
Giantess,
the toothbrush scene, dude? My brother, it
has
redacted
implications
brother.
of giantess in the beginning, and then she gets like the magic crystals.
Okay.
Size, so then it's just normal.
Let's have a discussion here.
Before we do that, we have a question in the chat. Hey, I actually want your opinions on the Area 51 raid.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. Can I preface this?
Please do.
Just say whatever.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious because the fact of the matter is, no, you can fucking not outpower the U.S. goddamn military. I don't care how many people we have ended fucking countries, and a bunch of stupid idiots.
If we're being real about it, like,
you will die.
Don't do it. Like, legitimately don't.
You will die.
If you don't die, you'll be picked up by a black Suburban and, like, tortured underground.
No, okay.
I have. It's a United States Air Force
opinion.
Installation. If you attempt to get on to a United States Air Force installation, which is trespassing on federal property, they will cut your fingers off.
They will, dude. So, you'll be waterboarded in Guantanamo Bay.
Additionally, Area 51 is not just. It's actually it's an Air Force base kind of attached to another Air Force base. Additionally, it's not just an Air Force base or an alien containment center. It's a live fire training area, meaning that there is all sorts of good stuff, like, you know, A-10s bombing the living shit out of the ground. And they don't want people on their property because they want to be able to blow stuff up in peace without, you know, worrying about hitting the Vietnamese civilians.
Well, listen. Consider this an ethnic cleansing.
Oh, okay.
That's true. That's another way to think about it.
But
if you're dumb enough to
wait.
To Area 51, should
ethnic. Just consider it cleansing. Sorry.
It's definitely Darwinism at its best.
I think every single person that tries to storm Area 51 legitimately, non-ironically, should receive a Darwin Award, and I think they should all share it.
Yeah. In hell where they're burning.
The thing is, I think the requirement for a Darwin Award is you have to die. So I think everybody who legitimately Psychoblade Rush B and gets shot should get a Darwin Award placed on their tombstone.
You know what? I have two different opinions. I think the memes are funny. I think in a hypothetical situation that a bunch of idiots running in and then getting aliens to mate with is a hilarious concept. That could be a concept of a joke in a show. But for the people that have actually unironically taken the initiative to book every single hotel and motel in a 5-mile radius is an idiot.
The funny thing is, there's more to this than just, you know, it being dumb. It's not logistically possible for almost 2 million people to even get there. It's a 2-lane highway. In the middle of Nevada, you can't get more than 1,000 people down that highway.
There's only one road in Nevada.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you
unless they all get in like government black Suburbans and just start, you know, going off road. Like it's not gonna happen. Although the instructions were to meet at the visitor center, so they're gonna get a lot of business. I think
they're gonna get a lot of business. You're gonna show any interest there in the next 3 years, and they're gonna send you out to Guantanamo Bay with the ISIS terrorists. They're gonna
send you to Guantanamo Bay, and where else?
A cock meat sandwich.
I couldn't agree more.
That was a reference to a terrible movie. I'm sorry.
All the ISIS militants are gonna have lots of fresh meat in Guantanamo.
I mean, I think that if you really wanted to prove something, you could probably meet up a bunch of people at a military base to like we want the military to divulge their secrets, freedom of speech, whatever.
Freedom of Information Act, and they just deny them all.
The way not to do that is to
trespass.
To take army resources to get people trained just in case they have to live fire on thousands of civilians.
I hope they do. I hope they legitimately just go, well, the rules say you'll be shot, so they just get like 25 machine gunners and just line them up.
There's nothing.
Oh, no. So I had this theory yesterday. It was just like a shower thought of why I think they're. If you believe that there's aliens in Area 51, there's a pretty good explanation for why it's a live fire training area. That's the perfect excuse to keep people off the base. It's like Half-Life 2, where you go in the water, and the water is the map border. You go in the water and get instantly attacked by like piranhas. So you can't swim out to the edge of the map. It makes a natural barrier. I think it being a live fire training area is you can just, bum rush Area 51 and then oopsie, an A-10 just guns you down from the air. And then when there's an inquiry about why you just got exploded on a U.S. Air Force base, they just say, oh, but it's live fire training area. We said so on the sign. You see, we are shooting here. Oops, happen to be civilian on ground. We are not at fault. So, that's a pretty good explanation. Just make it a live fire training area and just gun them down if they... Yeah.
Yes, I think they should just have Nuketown 2025.
Nuketown exists.
You know what? Would be the great thing? You drop them in, or everyone gets there.
They jump off the plane. Where are we dropping, boys?
They form a quick like FEMA military border all around in like a mile radius. And what they say to people is like, we're letting the top 5 survivors, and then they just throw guns out of
they get like a PUBG match going out in the desert.
Yeah, dude.
And then we just whoever gets the chicken dinner gets a tour of the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And they just take him down the elevator and blow his brains out in the bathroom.
I think it's bold of people to assume that an alien would let you stick your penis in it, and B, that it has something for you to stick your penis in it.
And that you wouldn't instantly die, or
it
wouldn't just look at you and like microwave your brains.
The
controllers from Call of Pripyat.
There's at least probably thousands of people that are hoping that there's some like tentacle hentai monster in there.
Yeah.
Like they're rocking back and forth to their fisherman's wife.
It's a shame, isn't it? They gotta share some good stuff down there.
There's enough tentacles to go around. Why do you think you never hear about angry Area 51
that's
soldiers?
That's why Sir Meliodas can just hit the respawn button. He's from Area 51. Ooh.
Spooky, dude.
Crazy question, but would you fuck an alien if you got the chance?
Hell yeah.
No. That's from the chat.
Had a hole. If it has a hole, it's good enough for mole.
Hey, that's what Heathen said when they found out.
Okay. So, would you fuck a mermaid then?
Oh yeah.
It has a mouth. It probably has a fish anus
somewhere.
Okay, what if it's fish top, woman bottom?
Fish top, woman bottom.
It's like what you do with an unattractive human being in the history of time. You just turn it over.
Put a blanket
over. Yeah.
But then it's like it would need water, so you need to like put its head in the toilet.
Actively be drowning it.
That's even better, dude. You take it to the bathroom, fill up your bathtub, shove its whole upper half in there, and just go to town on the mermaid.
Dude.
We gotta train ourselves to hold our breath until we pass out.
Who's to say don't do that every night? I don't actually sleep. I just pass myself out.
That works too. You just push all the blood to your brain multiple times, and then eventually.
That's a good way to have a stroke.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Redacted.
I did it in 7th grade science class. I just got super bored, and I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And I pushed I just did the thing to make your face like turn purple. And when I did it the 3rd time, the second that I started breathing again, I just like passed out.
A group of girls in my my 6th grade.
They would tie up guys and like
grade science.
Waterboard them in the locker.
Okay, so there was this computer teacher, and he was this old dude. He didn't care. He was 4 days away from dying.
Sounds
every
like
single
Mr.
day of
Redacted.
the school
He was
year.
a day away from retirement.
He was, and the thing about this classroom is he kept way too much computer duster, air duster in the room, and you can see where this
before they
is
made
going.
it bitter.
And I mean, we didn't have a lot of canned air after that class, and we hear on the bulletin board.
But it tastes like AIDS. But you just stick the straw so far down your throat that you can't taste it?
I mean, it didn't look like it bothered them. They were having the time of their life, and that old dude was basically would let you do anything but heroin in his class. And I mean, as long as you weren't sharing needles.
What about cocaine?
I mean, those girls probably would. They were
lines in your keyboard.
I mean, those are also the kind of girls that you would hear every other day. It's like, oh, they blew the chicken of Redacted in Redacted's classroom, and it'd be like, yeah, I expected it. Dude, they're huffing air duster and choking boys' chickens for pennies.
I agree.
Agree about sucking down air duster or sucking dick for pennies?
You just gotta get a fresh one.
Pennies.
You gotta get a fresh air duster can, because if you've sprayed it upside down before, the straw is gonna taste like it.
What's your opinion on touching your mole masturbate?
I wasn't gonna read that one. But you're in the chat.
Why
of
is
course.
this just a masturbating? Like, you know how
We're gonna get banned on our third
official
episode.
podcast. No, the official podcast. The first question they'll ask any guest is, "So, how do you masturbate, or have you masturbated?"
Fine.
The
You know
answer
what?
is always
Twitch is
yes.
probably, as long as we keep it in a scientific, educational fashion, we'll probably be fine.
I wanna
Yeah,
give
as long as we use not wet dream but nocturnal emission.
Knock.
and,
give me the
not
panel.
come. We say climax or ejaculate.
Everyone's gonna do it. I don't care if you're a good Christian boy or you're Gigi Allen. You're gonna occasionally.
I'm sure
alone.
the Pope has had a wet dream.
I mean, I'm
well,
sure.
the entire Catholic Church.
I mean, you can't avoid it. The Pope wakes up.
They don't need to dream about it.
He's a 13-year-old boy. His priest has never touched him. He's a Catholic little boy, and he's just picturing.
Never? I don't even.
Never, dude. He was 13, dude, and he was the Pope.
How do you
He
make
was
it
Pope
that
in training.
long? The Catholic Church we're talking about.
Catholic Church.
Yes, we are dabbing on the Catholic Church Twitch.
More importantly,
Place your bet.
I'm sorry.
I can hear that retard in the background. Said a redacted
Avril
word.
Lavigne, Hello Kitty, is having a sudden resurgence.
Okay,
That's-
no. Oh, we need Jared here. Jared's playing GTA, right?
Yes,
He's
she
playing
is.
Get him in the call. Get him in the call.
He's
now.
playing GTA with
Get
Calvin,
him in the
though.
call now. I have
He
a
is.
question for him. No, the chat has a question for him. Don't read it yet. I'm getting Jared in here.
Go for it.
We need to all spam him right now.
And then we're kicking him straight out.
No, we're not. We're leaving him in here. Standby. I don't have a standby screen. I don't have a will be, or actually, yeah, I do.
Why do we need to do that? We can just continue talking until we get him back.
I
Well, I have to
know.
put this mic down.
Well, we'll continue the conversation.
Sure as hell will.
So sweatpants. Daddy kisses a lot. What's your opinion on the frigid North?
Details.
Details. Is that a
specific?
Alaska, dude?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only cold place you've gone to, you dense fucking carrot.
It was actually okay. I think it's actually colder. I don't know. I don't know. It was a nice 50 degrees there all the time.
I've heard that, dude. That it's kind of just like taking a lukewarm shower constantly there.
I know of it.
If you guys didn't know, my heritage is from the mighty Alaska.
The mighty.
I don't look.
Mighty Alaska.
Is your okay? So I heard a story of how some natives believe that
Jared, are you gonna join
their tribe survived Noah's flooding. Now, do your people believe that?
No, my people took the first line of civilization, so we don't have to starve to death by not clubbing seals and left tribes.
How much for you to club a baby seal?
Free, dude. I have no remorse for animals. The Bible says they don't have souls.
I understand.
I mean, it's about you can get emotionally attached to your Groot figure you've cummed on every day since the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer came out. I mean, it's special if you have a connection with any animal, but at the end of the day, it's not a human being, so it's kind of ranks less than us. And I know Pete is. Oh my God! Special guest. Tongue
Special
Jeremy.
guest. Jared Redacted. Brennan, do you want to read the question in chat?
Yeah, I would love to read the question. This is why we got you on.
He loves to read, by the way.
Who loves to read? Weed?
Have you ever shoved a carrot up your ass for satisfaction?
No.
Me?
Yeah.
No, yeah,
this
is a
What?
group question.
Was I
Direct
invited
question
to this
to
because
you.
you guys like, I don't know, because I'm the gayest one of everyone?
No, it's
No.
just because of that redacted that we know about.
You're the most fond of carrots out of the group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah, so
I'm glad you noticed my fondness of carrot and not,
Yeah,
not my fondness of men.
And maybe you took it. Maybe it's like when you hit puberty and you start noticing girls have tits. It's like when you hit puberty, you start noticing carrots are the perfect size for your little anus.
Well, I'm glad I'm on. Okay, I will answer this question. Honestly. Wait, what? Have I ever shoved a carrot in my?
Up your ass for
Is that what you're
satisfaction.
asking?
Yeah, specifically carrots.
No. No.
Okay.
No, that's
You don't need to go further than that.
All right.
Who's
We're
only
not
You're
gonna
not-
grill you on your other fruits or vegetables.
dude. Apple's the best.
That is. Oh my God.
Orange? Softball? Breaking the quiet?
Oh.
Shed base breaking the quiet.
Entire little league team.
Oh.
3 softballs.
Big League Chew.
Actually, you
entire
know, you can
bowl
eat a
of
little
Jell-O
shoot.
pudding.
Okay, never mind. No, we ain't even go. Well, no.
You know,
we
this
ain't
is
even
Twitch. As long as it's an educational.
Wait.
Format.
Does he shove a pickle up his ass for fun? That's the follow-up question.
That's the follow-up.
Nah, no pickles.
Okay, imagine.
Play,
Imagine
warmer, colder with Jared.
pineapple.
No.
That only goes in one way.
No, it's like the guy who shoved a screwdriver up his.
The glass
Did you know the
mason
way
jar?
that they actually
Pine
grow
cone.
pineapples? Is they just put the pineapple fruit in the ground, and then if you water it, the stuff
dude,
on
the
top
seeds are
grows
in it,
bigger.
dude.
Pine
Yeah,
cone.
Pineapple.
Apple
He's
pen?
asking-
No.
He's asking
I'm not doing
pine
that.
cone. Have you ever shoved a pine cone up your anus?
Why is Biggers is really quiet? Let me turn it on. Have I ever shoved a pine cone?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you guys for coming to the Have I Shoved Up My Ass Hour.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best minute of the podcast. Probably
Wh-
uses
what
a
is your-
shaved carrot.
Why does your mic sound so weird, Biggers?
I'm
Do you have
using
a-
my good one.
It's
I
better.
got a
dude.
cable that works.
Oh, it's kind of
It
quiet.
just
I kind of like.
works.
It's a little quiet, but
Okay,
I'm cranked for the podcast.
let's
Baby carrot. How many?
baby carrot. How That's a dumb question, dude, because you have to do it in bulk so you don't get them lost.
I've been wanting to come onto the podcast for a while.
Yo, we haven't had you on the podcast yet.
For long-time listener, first-time caller, I would like to say that Charmander, even though he's never spoke, has made my toes so wet that my cats don't even do it for me.
He's here
anymore.
every week. Every time we do the podcast, he's here asking for Charmander's toe pics.
I want Charmander's toe pics, and I have known him for.
Yeah. I think everybody.
Yeah.
I think Charmander needs to pull a Belle Delphine and sell it on Patreon.
Sell his toe pics.
Is Calvin's in the chat? Except he spelled his name wrong. He said watermelon. I'm gonna ban him from the fucking chat.
Poised.
Where's my mod icons? There we go. I'm just gonna ignore everything that Calvin says in my phone.
Oh, okay. So this is an actual question by Charmeleon. What's your opinion on the flat Earth theory?
Black Earth? What did you say?
No,
flat
Earth.
Like when you see a little girl in anime, flat, not round, flat.
9?
9? No.
Oh, because they're 2D. I understand.
Calvin can't spell his own name right in the chat. But switch the O and the I.
There is the back of my brain that didn't develop past -6 years old in my dad's sperm sac. That I would like to believe that God just picked up the earth and threw it like a giant frisbee. And then I realized that's moronic, and I would have. He
actually played a game of b-ball with Michael Jordan.
Planet b-ball. Joel. Sorry, I'm quoting Joel memes right now.
God.
I have to. Poised is probably one of the best misspellings because it looks like something
if this
that
happens to be actually Calvin, they're actually not Calvin. I am gonna.
I would. Can you turn around for a second, Wet Pants?
Oh,
see who's in the chat.
No, he's watching Linus Tech Tips.
Does he have Twitch open in a different tab?
I don't think so.
We're bullying this.
There's no fucking way. There's no way.
If we just bully
this. On a rabbit trail. I'm looking up this fucking guy's account. Account created 3 minutes ago. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Okay. No, he's got it on a different window, dude.
Oh, and Biggers, you're using the.
You think so?
I'm using what?
Biggers, you're using like the really.
We should probably refrain from using my last name.
Oh, I mean,
full redacted.
Full 5 people in the chat.
Yeah, you watch out, buddy.
So the boy who lives, it's obviously Poised because he can't spell.
His account was created 3 minutes
English.
ago because he's an uncultured swine and doesn't watch Twitch. Can't spell his own name right, which is pretty classic.
I am followed to Moist Critical.
I don't even know
not
how to
screaming in the background, so.
Oh, I know I'm not following Moist Critical because I didn't want to have his follow notification.
I should follow Moist Critical. Everybody go follow Moist Critical. That's spelled with a 1 instead of an I. And I think a K instead of a C.
Wow, you guys are just giving shoutouts on a podcast?
Yeah, for
another Twitch stream.
4 people.
It's better.
We shouted out the H3H3 podcast and directly said that it was better.
I mean, I have to shout out my influencers. Like my main influencer right now.
The only reason that we started this podcast is because of Ethan from H3H3.
Is Dua Lipa. I love Dua Lipa. She's a bae, dude. She looks like someone who would take you by the hand and lead you to the land that you understand.
So stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Brennan. Please leave.
Yes.
Okay, we need another topic. What was that one that you were going to talk about before I brought up the question in the chat?
I can't remember.
You guys want to talk about Bethesda?
No, I want Jared to take the lead on this podcast
Jared's
because I feel like
hosting a podcast. Brennan's our
I feel
lead.
like he's the best critic because
Jared, criticize
I don't know.
Bethesda. Fallout 76.
Bethesda.
Wait, no.
I don't know anything about Bethesda. but-
Wait,
he hasn't seen a Bethesda.
I
before.
have a I remembered in-game past Avatar for all. It's the most money-earning movie of all time now.
What's Endgame?
Oh, you mean Avengers?
Avengers
Endgame? Is it
yeah, it'd be
Let
Avatar.
me see here.
Wow. Wasn't like a Star Wars? Didn't it take its place? Or
No.
Avatar still.
No, Avatar was top before Endgame, and I think that's impressive. Because have you ever watched Avatar?
Have
I've
I?
never seen Avatar.
It was a long time ago.
Avatar's an awful movie.
Well,
I want to
I
get
might
it
have
out
seen
there.
Avatar, honestly.
I made a bet about it. All right, should I go? Should I? Did
You
you guys
should
just want to
stay.
ask me a question? I should stay.
Don't play
can-
GTA with the nonce.
You can stay or go. We don't care. You're a beautiful boy, and we appreciate you.
Wow. Thank
Sorry,
you.
I just
go now?
doxed your gender.
Ooh.
Dox my gender.
Yeah, dude.
List of highest grossing films. Let's check this. Avengers Endgame.
Okay. See you guys later.
Almost $3 billion.
Yeah, you see,
Why is Jared bouncing?
he probably wants to go play.
Why would you ever want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 with somebody that has the equivalent brain cells of a mole rat?
Well, there's a new update and you can do casinos.
Oh, a new update. Yeah, I have Twitch
Casinos,
Prime.
dude.
Casinos, dude. I
Listen to
love
me.
gambling.
Everybody in the chat right now, if you've got a spare Twitch Prime sub, you can't use it because you don't have enough followers.
Shout this out, send it. If we can get Elon Musk followed to us, we can do
Dude,
anything.
if we can get Elon Musk to retweet the Redacted Hour on Twitter, there is no Redacted Hour Twitter, then we'll be good.
I was gonna make one, but then I realized that
I gotta make a Redacted Hour Twitter.
that
We have an
you
email
are
address.
the If we're gonna say one thing, that Joker Tango is the I think he full ownership of this podcast. It's
Pretty much
our
own this I mean, you're the host, but I own the podcast. It's
It's,
like how
it's-
Keemstar is the host of Drama Alert, but he technically doesn't own the channel.
yeah. I mean, we're all here together, but if he decides one day that he's gonna move to Bali and change his name to something in Bali-ish,
Bali-ish.
we lose our longevity, dude. Our fans.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that you should talk about Charmander's password and username.
You know what?
Email
His
address
pa-
that Charmander uses for Discord is what is it?
Nunya
Text file here
password.
somewhere.
Business.
It's Doki Doki 1289 at gmail.org, and the password is Squirtle is hot. I think so. You're not modded
Doki
in my
Doki
chat.
is onomatopoeia for
modded
your
in
heart
my
beating.
Oh my god, Doki Doki Literature Club.
There you go. You're modded now.
Heart beating literature club. Woo.
Okay, we need to talk about something real. We gotta keep some viewers here.
That's
Do we have
impossible.
any topics?
Real topics. Okay. What's going on in the I'm out of touch with world stuff. I'm out
of time.
Oh, that was smooth. But are you out of your head when you're not around?
Alinity in throwing her cat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Oh
that.
my God.
I don't know anything
Thank
about that.
you, dude.
I don't
Okay.
know anything about that yet.
Okay, I first saw this before anything else. Keemstar broke this news, and I will never forget it. He says,
Alinity cat throw. Okay, that's good.
"Okay, so this is it. She's playing Apex Legends, and she's not that far into the game. She's barely top whatever. Like she's the second to last people who are in the game, or so I've seen. because I don't play Apex Legends. And she takes her cat. Her cat's this innocent thing. It's just sitting on her lap, and she just chucks it over her gaming chair, and it lands on the floor. And and there was a previous streamer. There was a previous streamer who got banned because she also threw her cat. And so people are saying, why is Alinity having double standards here? Is it because she's a big titty streamer?
July 19th. This was a while ago, actually.
Oh yeah, she also spit vodka in her cat's mouth.
Who's to say that the cat doesn't enjoy it though?
I got a screen share.
The BDSM drunk cat.
Add source.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull a Joel and just like smart select the tweet.
I'd love doing that.
And Chrome's hardware acceleration is on. Good one. Here we are. We've got Alinity on Twitter. Where is that tweet? There it is. Hey everyone, I understand the concern, and I'm sorry for my lapses in judgment. I shouldn't have gotten frustrated with Milo, but I dropped him on the floor behind my chair. I'm not that strong. The vodka thing was well over a year ago, but it was also
she yeeted the cat, dude.
She threw him. Where's the video?
Just to say, have you not thrown a cat before? Because I sure as hell have.
Where's the video?
She yeets it on stream.
I know. I make cats do backflips. Okay, you grab them under their shoulders.
Backward over your head. That does not count as dropping. Good one. Yeah, everybody's like calling like what is she?
CPS.
Canada.
She's Canadian.
Yeah, so they're calling like the local you know, whatever.
Please please don't give alcohol poisoning to your cat agency.
On July 19th, 2019, Animal Protection Services, based out of the Saskatoon SPCA, received concerns regarding mistreatment of animals on a popular online streaming platform, Twitch. I need this statement.
Alcohol is very toxic. Cats can die. Anybody.
Okay,
alcohol is very toxic
Facebook
to
post.
humans, and we've been drinking fermented berries for generations,
Yeah, it's
dude.
pretty toxic to I think everything.
But spitting it in a poor cat. A cat can die if it eats the wrong flour in your house. Let alone spitting pure goddamn what is it? Potato juice into your cat's mouth.
It's essentially potato juice.
But I'm a cat person. I know that's
Perfectly
generic to say.
Here's the full statement. Let me make that bigger here.
You can read it out, or
It's
have one
long,
of us
dude.
read it.
The actions depicted in each incident were not. So they looked at I think both of
The
one where
vodka
she
and,
threw the cat and spit vodka at the cat.
That should be
Investigation determined
grounds.
there's no malicious intent in any of the reported incidents, and the owner expressed genuine remorse for her actions. Okay.
Conscience will never be the same, and you will be reported to the cyber
I think
police.
she's gonna throw her cat again one of these days.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets really drunk, takes a whole vodka and makes the cat butt chug it.
I mean,
But that's just entertainment.
that's honestly just the best. Cat was visibly freaking out when she gave vodka to him.
Hey, I would be visibly a large woman comparatively to me.
Oh, you don't
opens
have
my
you
little
don't have
kitty
to have,
mouth.
you don't have to have an affair with Twitch employees to have special treatment. You need to be a woman on Twitch.
That's
And you automatically
another
get a
thing.
pass. Like you could like PewDiePie, you know, said the N-word once and he's like getting like sued. And
Yeah.
you know,
Alinity vodka poisons her poor
yeah,
cats.
Alinity poisons a cat with vodka and turn a blind eye to that.
Yeah,
one.
but this is a hate crime versus animal abuse. So what is worse?
Crime versus
It's
animal
okay.
abuse.
If saying the N-word is a hate crime, then I really don't want to live. world anymore.
See, I really liked, way back in the day, the content cop on Tanamongu.
Yeah,
Tanamongu's.
All words are good or no words.
Yeah, it's either all or nothing. Like, yeah, he made it. I'd have made it. Or Ian made a really good point. Where he was, words like that only have power if we're holding them at this high esteem.
Yeah.
So we're giving them. He said, I think this is close to a quote. We're giving them the power that we so desperately don't want them to have. So really, I mean, yeah, you made some good points when it came to that. So
I wish I could have gone to TanaCon. I wanted to, but I did not have the liquid funds to go to TanaCon.
Back to back at the photo shoot saying say N-word.
I would be right behind
back to back
iDubbbz.
would be beautiful.
Getting kicked out.
It's just, you join Ian's squad.
Just getting kicked. The TanaCon was
you both
almost...
come up at the same time and you both say it.
The thing about TanaCon is it was barely even a functional event. Like when you talk about something like
functional, dude, not even an event.
You talk about like DashCon or Rainforest. It's like at least those were events.
Rainforest was a very functional event, except everybody that went there are just edgy furries.
The event was not. I'm gonna say for furry events, it was probably one of the best, like well-contained ones because it was like one hotel.
But
it was
outside.
the people who ruined it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the thing about it is that when
that many edgy furries in one spot with anonymity because they're wearing fursuits.
That's the thing. It's like fursuits are kind of like the online or the IRL equivalent of being online on like Twitter or something. Because if you're the one dropping mad shits and then putting them on employees' cars at the hotel, no one. It's random brown fox number 1498.
Yeah, like you can't really. Yeah, a lot more. Not quite the same level as being on the internet, but definitely a level of safety.
I think DashCon was just hilarious.
I don't own $1,000 fursuit.
Anyways,
much less would I take that in public.
More relevant news. We are currently getting back into Habbo Hotel.
Habbo Hotel? Isn't Habbo Hotel bad?
Shut your mouth. If it is, we should buy a private server.
Private server?
Like what they did for WoW. And then Habbo Hotel will get enough traction.
Toontown and that for like Club Penguin. Well, the website's still up. Join.
No. I'm watching the.
Wow, they celebrate Pride Month. That's a good one.
Habbo Hotel or
we at Redacted Podcast support Pride Month.
I do not. Okay, wait. Okay, let me.
Brennan, you better preface this by saying this is your own opinion and not representative of the Redacted Hour podcast.
That is true, but do not take this out of context.
We would like for you to do a breathalyzer to make sure you are 100% sober, and these are your true thoughts.
Okay. I'm going to say something for shock value, and then I'm going to end it.
That's what Shane Dawson said when he made the joke about fucking his cat.
I'm going to end it with why I said that. I do not believe in Pride Month. It should not be a thing because we have no need in a society for it anymore. We should always be celebrating, or not celebrating, just, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're lesbian, bisexual, owlkin. If it's not fucking hurting people, love is love. But there doesn't need to be, exploiting Okay, that's what pisses me off most about Pride Month, because it takes these vulnerable, like, teenage to, like, late 23-year-old people, and it goes, look at this new Red Bull flavor, LGBTQ, just for the homosexuals. And that's so disingenuous.
Took a different path than I thought, but it's a better one.
It's
just like we shouldn't need like for instance, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we should always be aware of it.
We should always be aware.
Gosh.
We don't need a month to tell all the idiots in the world, look, gay people are human beings too, because everyone knows that. There is probably at least
we should have that at all times.
Yeah. That's the problem. You have people exploiting it.
It's like,
and you have people. Yeah,
it's
people.
like in like Veterans Day is the same thing. Companies are like, "Ooh, sick Veterans Day sale. Yes, buy mattress. Sick Veterans Day sale." Yeah,
I would like to say, at my old town, there was the one big store there to buy stuff, like what is it, furniture, was Shaw's, and they were having a giant sale for Veterans Day, and they got this old Vietnam veteran. He looked so sad, and he was just sitting there in Shaw's, like it's like they paid this,
he just wants to get a mattress.
They paid this dude like 3 Bud Lights to go sit there in his Vietnam stuff. Like his friends and family, or his friends died in Vietnam, so he could sit here in Shaw's. I shouldn't be laughing.
Oh, he's sitting in the very, very uniform that his friends and comrades died in a furniture store. because 25% off a mattress, guys. 25% off. Buy furniture.
I did get a mattress there, dude. I'm not using that Shaw's mattress because it broke, because Shaw's sucks.
Dude,
shout out to Shaw's.
Shout out to
really
Shaw's
sucks.
Furniture, dude. You suck.
Shaw's Furniture. Just buy on Amazon.
Well, this episode of the Redacted Hour podcast is not sponsored by the Purple Mattress.
I have literally never seen a human being talk about the Purple Mattress.
Sponsored by? Okay, this podcast is sponsored by Cable Creations XLR cables. They make high quality microphone cables for everybody.
We should actually get sponsored for them.
We're not really sponsored. I just bought a Cable Creations cable, and it's really good.
I need.
It doesn't have the stupid lock-in connector. It has the good one.
On the unrelated note, I need a new HDMI cable for. I just need a new VGA port put into my computer.
Amazon Basics.
We bought a Wi-Fi splitter, and it did not work.
A Quip electric toothbrush. It's in shipping.
How much is that, dude?
It wasn't even that much. It was like $45 for like the good metal one. It's like $5 per 3 months for refills.
What promo code did you use, by the way?
Promo code H3.
Oh no!
I kid you not.
I have to say the only thing relatable I can say about toothbrushes is that they wouldn't lock any of the liquor down in the Fred Meyers at Redacted, but they locked away the electric toothbrushes.
Yeah, locked away the Philips Sonicare and the razor blades, but not the liquor.
I don't understand that, because it was
they locked some of the liquor.
No, not at the Fred Meyers in Redacted.
Don't they have bottle locks on most of those? Yeah, they do. How long has it been?
I've never been
to the Fred
store
Meyer
with box alcohol.
They have bottle locks, but it's not like you can't. Those things are.
Don't
the
they have
easiest
cabinet
thing to
locks
take
too?
off. No, not at Fred Meyer's in Redacted. They had cabinet locks.
Almost all their liquor was locked.
No, dude. If you go to a Fred Meyer's, you can basically.
Well, they've also
out.
got cameras coming out the Ace.
Okay.
Also, Fred Meyer's has that annoying beeper that goes off even if you haven't sold it.
If you don't get that thing perfect.
Leave through the garden section.
You cover it in tinfoil.
Leave through the garden section.
Leaving through the garden section. There's no scanner.
They in the summer they just leave that thing wide open. Shout out to Fred Meyer's allowing you to just take things through the garden.
Yeah, shout out to Fred Meyer and Redacted. You can leave through the garden center.
Yeah.
It's not like even if the garden center, like even if the outside of the garden center is locked, like sometimes it is.
I'm not gonna say
the locks on them.
I'm not gonna say I've ever done that. I've seen people do that, but they put in like a giant fence because someone stole like a whole TV there.
a whole case of Smirnoff Ice.
It would be better.
Have you ever heard of
American
Smirnoff
Smirnoff
Ice? challenge.
Yeah,
I
no,
forgot
it's
what it
called
was called.
Icing. Cold Ones podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's film was talking about it.
Yeah. So, and
We
that's
need to
the
bring
same
that-
podcast where I learned that apparently American Smirnoff Ice is like barely any vodka, and you can get completely smashed off of Smirnoff Ice in Australia. I want to go to Australia.
Australia is also
The
like
drinking age
giant.
in New Zealand is like, well, there's a the buying age is 18, but it's not illegal to give liquor to somebody that's underage, supposedly.
I think I saw a meme that encapsulated my feelings on Australia, and Australia is British Texan, or
That's
Texas.
that's a good way to say it.
I feel like
It's a
America. I feel like America is like the normal mode, and Australia and New Zealand are like the hardcore survivalist
Dude,
modes.
their driving age was
In,
like
like, Bethesda
13,
game.
14 until a bunch of kids died.
I mean, I feel like that's the oh my god, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. That's the hymn of the universe. Everything is so low. Like babies would be popping out of their mothers with a new Cadillac in their hands if they didn't die in cars. I mean, like, car companies basically want to sell cars to children at this point because no one. I feel like Australia's hard mode in video game in Iraq is the secret level.
Yeah.
That's a good point, dude.
Afghanistan is like expert. Or no,
I mean, like,
we've got
It's the challenge stage that you get. from going
America's
tunnel.
recruit. The UK
America's
is normal.
not recruit.
America's recruit, dude.
America's
No.
so easy mode,
So,
dude.
like the
No, it'd be-
suburbs
I
of
think-
redacted Washington is recruit.
we gave black people rights before even the UK was stopping using them as armrests.
They used guillotines before we they were still executing people by hanging.
You could request
Yes,
hanging.
but I'm doing a
and
podcast
stuff.
right now. Boy, other people in my house trying to sleep at 11? What the fuck, dude? 11's like early.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some people have jobs in life, and some
Today's
people.
Friday.
It's the weekend, dude.
It's the feek.
I
Never
do this on
mind,
Friday, dude.
goddamn. So R. Kelly,
R. Kelly.
So R. Kelly. Who did he
Mr.
piss on
Piss
now?
Baby.
Third world countries compared to America is such a different. That's a lot of most countries compared to third world countries. You take even like Dubai and India.
Alaska's peaceful mode.
No, dude, you ever seen moose there, dude? Those things will rip your eyes off.
moose in Alaska.
There are moose in Alaska, dude.
Yeah, there is.
Not,
We-
not
they were-
Alaska.
they had a-
Sorry, I didn't mean to say Alaska. I meant to say Antarctica.
There was at the airport I was at. There was a stuffed bear that was stepping
Some
on
parts of Alaska are
horns
veteran
of a
mode.
moose. Oh yeah. Even the
Yeah,
fish.
I meant to say
bro.
Antarctica because there's like nothing there.
Well, everyone in America is so fucking lazy compared to people in other countries. I think.
You know, it's most of the first world countries is.
I mean, you don't see people in England having to be actual farmers and go out and do things for themselves.
Well, they have potatoes.
Japan
they have
is
potatoes.
European extreme,
Japan is Europe.
Japan
is-
is.
which is the hardest difficulty in MGS3, by the way.
Japan is easy. Japan is probably easier than America in a lot of ways.
Well, you know why?
And now with social pressure, I think Japan has
Dude,
more social pressure.
We built
than-
Japan.
We made Japan.
We made
America-
Japan what Japan is.
Yeah, we. I think that's a lot of things. You look at Japan and then you look at America, and it's like, tell me the difference between these two pictures. Like,
That's
One
that's
of
what we
them-
do. That's what we do nowadays because we learned after World War One, just beating Germany into a pulp and then like taking the money out of their dead pockets wasn't a good idea because
But you live in-
that gave the perfect environment for the Nazi Party to rise. Not advocating for the Nazi Party, by the way. Don't take this out of context.
Would you?
But
live?
what we did is, after World War II, we essentially just rebuilt Germany and Japan because we nuked the fuck out of them.
We occupied Japan for so long.
We occupied Germany for a while. Actually, Russia did too. But
actually,
it was a joint. Russia occupied the Eastern Bloc, and we occupied the Western Bloc.
Yeah. Would you live in America or Japan? This is a question for all of us. America.
America.
Welfare, baby. I live off that for the rest of my life if I could.
Japan is the kind of place. Maybe it's because I'm a rural boy, but I like space. I'm a decently sized human being, and Japan looks like the kind of place where, like, you see Andy in Toy Story, where he's like glomping over the cities he made for the toys. I feel like that
Japan,
would
I'd be a less lazy person. So
Japan, you have to be a lot less. Japan is also like one of the smarter countries.
Yeah, their education is amazing.
Also, my favorite thing is the homeless people are very smart. What they do is they lay down in the middle of traffic.
That's a good one.
And stop. Yeah. And what happens is the businessmen just get so tired they just throw yen at them, and they pick it up and leave. They're like little pigeons.
I mean, if you did that in America, they'd probably just run you over in their Ford F-50 yelling "yee."
Call the cops, and they'd pick you up they'd arrest you for obstructing traffic.
Japan people just do like that cross with their arms and tell you to leave.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy to have a gun in Asia. It's like you're either in the Yakuza or you're either like undercover. I don't even think Yakuza have guns.
Yeah, I think most crime syndicates and everywhere have guns.
That's kind of the tool of choice.
No, bro, because if on the news, if it's like a Yakuza member shot someone with a gun, they're on their hot shit, and the government will stop helping them.
I learned that you can't have katanas in Japan legally. Like,
the
just
Yakuza
out in public.
is like the government is like the state operated mafia.
It's like everybody knows, and you just have to act like you don't know.
Just don't.
They beat you to death.
It's almost like a really watered down dictatorship is the way they do it. With the Yakuza is they can just you little crime syndicate trying to oppose the government, and the Yakuza just takes you out.
I think Yakuza are more powerful than the actual government there.
That's not a lie, because the actual government in Japan is heavily supported by America.
Way back in whatever 1600 AD.
Remember when America kind of forgot they owned Japan by the ball sack?
There was the Shogun, and then there was the Shogunate.
We sound like such weeaboos right now.
And then there was that government. So there was like the military government, and then there was the government. And the government was given the title of being the government, but the military government was really in control.
You just watched that History of Japan.
By something Wirtz or whatever, Bill Wirtz. Or
whatever. I've seen that video, but that's actually not where I got that from.
Awesome, dude.
So, the guy that I lived with, his grandpa, he was talking about like technology and all that stuff, and he was like,
I love those hentai VR games.
He was like, so, because he designed stuff, and I was like, so how'd you design this place? He's like, oh, I just stole the idea like the Japanese. And then I was like, oh my god, I think this is actual prejudice. He's like 75 years old. And then I thought of an episode of Popeye of "You're a Sat, Mr. Jap," and then. But the problem is, I was also on was it hydrocodone, or what was I on? Yeah, that was it. Because my sinuses were acting up.
Good stuff.
That shit fucks you up, dude.
I was fine.
What happens when you rebuild countries after you completely beat them to a pulp? You get good manufacturing for electronics.
Why do you think we use Sony stuff, dude?
PlayStation, dude. Sony. Most Japanese manufacturing companies are like higher quality of China. It's like the higher quality version of China, but it's more expensive.
We occupied them, and then we gave them two options. We can give you no financial support.
Cooperate
and make us goddamn TVs.
Yeah.
I have to say.
We got off on a good note. by rebuilding the country.
What's with everything being made in China? China doesn't care about safety. That's the short and simple.
China has cheap labor.
I think you should phrase it into a Seinfeld joke. Okay,
What's
if you
the
could
deal?
redo it.
You always see made in China stickers because it's cheap. It's the cheapest to manufacture things in China most of the time.
You could buy most stuff. Like, there's some like I was looking for hats on Amazon. I don't know why. I don't know why I would go to Amazon. But there's hats for like 20 cents. And I was like, that makes sense.
Well, yeah,
It's the
it's
cheapest
bulk
shit to make.
manufacturing, and they just have pipelines of shipping going from China to the United States.
Why do you think? I have something interesting that happened to me. I woke up today.
What?
And I woke up today, and I don't know why that was the surprising part. And I decided
woke up and
that
I wasn't dead.
yeah, and I decided that hey, I want some extra money. A new video game just came out. I'm not gonna say what, but I want this, and so I downloaded the first bootleg scratch-off ticket app that I could possibly buy or download. And they didn't ask me for anything. They asked me for my email address and then started just giving gambling. I'm not going to say my absolute age, but just the ability that these apps give you, that you can just have any Joe Schmo with an iPad.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive be like.
But the thing about that was crazy to me, that the fact that normally when it's a gambling app, you're doing scratch off tickets, but nope, no age confirmation, no nothing.
It's not
hey,
regulated enough, is what it is.
Well, you would think it would be, dude.
It's regulated, but it's just not enforced.
Well, and I thought that was strange. Like, personally, me, I'm not gonna go find mommy's credit card and spend $40 on the new lottery app I downloaded. But little Timmy might.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
No, I was finished anyways.
I was gonna talk about, didn't Jack Black's son buy $3,000 worth of things for Clash of Clans?
I remember hearing about that.
But that's Jack Black, and he can buy you, so I don't think that meant a lot to him.
No, he said he called the company because he wanted that fucking $3,000 back.
People
Jack
don't
Black
realize.
does not take lightly to a $3,000 loss.
Jack Black is incredibly rich, dude. I wish I could be Jack Black for a day.
Excuse me, you mean Jablinski Games?
Can I put jackblack.jpg in the chat?
Sure, dude, because no one else is gonna see it but us.
Yeah, hold on.
Meme review, dude.
Dude, meme review.
Dude, shoutouts to PewDiePie. Actually, he doesn't want you to do shoutouts to PewDiePie because some idiot
You can't
decided
to
to
PewDiePie means Hitler now.
redacted.
Memes. Okay, it's in my memes
Yeah, some
folder.
fucking Nick.
What a fucking Nick.
Can we please not Keemstar this?
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny.
I've been laughing.
The last.
That was from our Minecraft world, dude.
jackblack.jpg. I should put that on the stream so everybody can see this.
Speaking of Minecraft, I feel we should go back in full swing.
No, we should play Java Edition.
I wish I had money.
I could have bought it,
No,
but
we're gonna get cracked Java Edition. We're gonna play it.
Please do not say
we like to buy our games off GOG.
Okay, so no, listen to me.
Steam.
Listen to me. We're gonna get the DRM free GOG edition, perfectly legal. Oh, the stream now has jackblack.jpg.
That, for context, that was a villager that ended up above my house somehow.
Don't explain it to him, don't worry. Don't say anything.
There was also like 16 pandas named Jack Black.
There was a whole situation going on in that Minecraft server, but that's just one remnant.
We could not stream our server anymore.
Oh, dude, our server is not safe for
It's
work.
not advertiser
It's not
red
advertiser.
light.
No, we would get taken out behind Twitch HQ and shot if we streamed that.
We'd
Minecraft
get whacked
server.
off.
We'd get nut.
It's like something you'd see if you had a stroke or die. I agree, dude. That was a fever dream of an image.
That's the last thing you see before you die.
I feel like having a stroke is kind of like when your computer blue screens or like
put it on the stream.
Steam starts working.
Thing you see before you die. I'm gonna leave it on the stream permanently.
That's like, I mean, you ever just wonder what it is like to have a stroke? Like, I know I
don't wonder.
I know.
I don't wonder. No.
I feel it
I
every day.
don't want to wonder.
I mean, like, what if someone could put you in a simulation, like, no harm to you? I had a stroke before. How was it? I mean, that's rude, but...
We need to go and ask Reddit and ask people who've had a stroke what it's like.
I mean, I could only imagine it's like when you have a bad old 1982 school computer and you hit enter and tab at the same time and it goes sticky keys.
You hit too many keys. Too many keys at the same time. No. You do the you make the script that constantly writes. It constantly makes a new text file. Like it just
K-pop Pringle Bro
with text files, fills the RAM.
K-pop Pringle Bro. Having a stroke is like getting sticky keys on a computer. 2019.
Yeah, I made this one script back in STEM that it would just keep spawning command prompt windows.
We had to program on Scratch for half a year.
Ew.
And I would.
No, I even broke that.
I would crash.
Chrome ran out of RAM because it had protection to like make it so you couldn't spawn too many entities out of one thing. But what I did is I would just keep making the entities move, and while the entities were moving, it could spawn more.
I would just write a code that would anytime an audio file A plays, audio file B plays, anytime audio file, just in an infinite loop. Yeah, and the audio files would just be...
There was a script that we would start command prompt, and then command prompt would start another command prompt. Or no, it would start a batch file, which would start that batch file. And it would loop, and then it would just infinitely create command prompt windows running the same file, and it would crash. It would like lock the computer in like a minute. I did it on multiple people's computers. I would like put a flash drive in, run it, and then take it out. And the computer was just no bueno. Where'd the music go? Oh, it's starting a new track.
Where'd the music go? Where's the money, Lebowski? Where are all the white women? I don't think that's racist to say.
No.
I think you should be allowed to have preferences, and I'm gonna not say anything after that.
Of course, you can have preferences. It's scientifically proven that people have a preference for their own race when it comes to attractiveness.
I don't want to equate it to dogs, but you don't see many dog hybrids in the wild.
We don't see a lot of those.
You don't. I mean, like
Logan Paul right now, fresh out of the shower.
Having a stroke is kind of like unplugging your computer and you plug it back in, but it doesn't turn on.
That's always a spooky one.
That's
you forget to turn on the power supply switch, and you're like, "Ooh, why is the power button not working? This is kind of spooky."
I always forget to just plug back in my computer.
Dude, best experiment I ever did, like the CPU power ports on the motherboard, right?
Yeah.
I just got some nice, like 12 gauge wire, multi-core wire, and I stuck 2 wires in the outlet. And I stuck the other ends on the CPU power pins of this computer, and then turned it on. Sounded like somebody fired a gun in my room, and it literally blew the CPU cooler off.
I think
it was screwed in. It blew it off the board, and the CPU was just disappeared.
The takeaway from anything when you're dealing with electricity is that your house outlets output way more electricity than they really should.
Well, you see, if you do it right, you won't immediately trip the breaker. And if you do it on a different breaker, you have more amperage to play with.
Well, I mean, if you use hot sauce as a lube, you won't immediately burn your cock hole. But eventually is the key word, dude.
Eventually is the key word. It's funny, especially if you use a switching power supply that can handle like more amperage. You can get really wild with the power. I made the world's most ghetto lighter out of a computer power supply, 2 drywall screws that I cut in half, and some aircraft wire. And if you just keep plugging the power supply into the outlet like multiple times per second, the wire heats up.
No, I've been timed out of so many streams that me having the option to time someone out. I love power. Charmeleon. Shout out to Charmeleon, the only guy talking. But yeah, a little bit of me wants to see what the minimum time for timing out someone is.
I don't remember.
I think it's a minute. Like, you can only time out someone for a max. I don't want to try it though.
Type in the chat, I'll time you out.
Okay, that sounds great. Can you time out moderators?
I think so. Type in the chat. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I can time you out.
You can time. What's the
timeout? K-pop. The default is 600 seconds. But apparently,
you put me for 10 minutes.
Oh Christ! How do I change that? Okay, keep talking. Fuck me.
What do I do?
Timing out my own moderator.
Shout out. I can actually edit the chat settings while timed out.
That's beautiful.
Twitch is. Let's talk about Twitch. Best streaming platform, worst platform all around.
Yeah.
Twitch is like,
if you're
Twitch
not
is
a woman, you can just get deleted.
Twitch is the kind of place that it's not as bad as YouTube because Twitch you can always just like you can
Twitch
you can
have
realistically
your own sponsors. You don't have to worry about advertisers.
But Twitch is the kind of place that you do anything on it and you run the risk or may not be instantly eradicated like bugs on the side of a wall.
Yeah.
But I think it used to be kind of a Wild West. I mean, you did have people streaming
YouTube too.
Old YouTube was beautiful, dude. That was
upload, Filthy Frank, was pretty much the only one I can think of. Mumkey Jones, he was like almost the new Filthy Frank. He got banned immediately.
He got popular, he got big, and then YouTube or someone at YouTube or someone with moderator privileges on YouTube decided that they were going to ban him in the only way possible.
Twitch is kind of like a dictator. If you do something they don't. Yeah.
I'd like to give an official announcement that next week's podcast will be us sharing our screens, and we will be doing BuzzFeed. What animal? What fucking Star Wars character? What anime character are you? We're gonna take all these quizzes. We're gonna do about 15 each, and in the end, compare answers.
This is kind of abrupt.
Can we talk about the fact that no one let it live down that I was a Mini Cooper on the car test that we took.
What was
at my tennis meet?
I was the long.
You were a Hummer.
You were a Hummer. You were the only Hummer. Like to know, Joker Tango is 17 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'96".
He's a tall motherfucker, and he was like a long Hummer.
Yeah, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Almost everybody got Mini Cooper.
You were a Prius, wet pants.
That I am. I'm eco-friendly. I love nature. I love the earth.
Eco-friendly means he smokes marijuanas.
Exactly.
That's code words, guys. I'm kidding. Okay. Somebody on my friends list is playing PUBG right now. I need to find out who this person is. Because I really want to play PUBG.
Can we talk about the 40 videos on
Let's talk
periods?
about player unknown. Let's talk about the definition of a Twitch moderator in a game developer.
I think we talked about player unknown last time.
If you breathe wrong in that man's direction, banned. He's so sensitive. His self-esteem is so fucking fragile.
I think player unknown is a beautiful bastard because he's the kind of person, like, you know, the kid in the side of the he eats with the emos but swears to God he's not an emo.
Wait, did you read the last message in chat?
Yeah.
The 40 videos about periods on BuzzFeed?
Yeah, I think H3HD had a pretty good video
had a
on
good video on it too, but oh gee, like that's an old video. Let's check the BuzzFeed period playlist. Hold on.
Okay, I'll continue with mine.
Yeah,
but player known is that kid who sits with the emotes, but like if you piss him off, he'll fucking
hiss at you, dude.
Yeah, he'll hiss at you. Let's talk about women for a second. Women, am I right? Love to hate them, hate to love them. Yeah. But no, really. I've never met a woman before.
My dad works
this isn't your mama's podcast.
I think over masculinity is probably the funniest thing ever. I don't want to sound like a feminist,
your masculinity on people means that you're gay.
But when you see someone and they step out of their Ford pickup truck and they look like Larry the Cable Guy and they have like 14 Trump stickers so they can't see out of their back window, and they talk like this out of the side of their mouth, and they have this
bothers me.
They have this scrawny girlfriend
they see somebody that could have like a 25% chance of being gay, and they're just like, wow, look at that fruit, dude, look at that. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god.
I think you should be entitled to act however you want, but not so entitled that you become Larry the fucking Cable Guy.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
Did they remove their periods playlist?
That would be a shit. You can probably find a fan-made one because that was the most popular thing.
There's a lot of them though.
They made holy shit, the BuzzFeed video of women using Imperial blood to paint. They actually did that. That's disgusting if that's true, dude. I don't live in the world. I think women are entitled to do whatever they want with their body.
34 videos on this at least.
I think I say I think a lot, mostly because it's the best way to let people know that this is my opinion. I'm not the kind of person that will self-incriminate in a way, being like, all women are entitled to their bodies, but I don't think you should be taking your period blood out and drawing Van Gogh with it. What a fruit.
Oh, God. What are we at here? What time?
We've been an hour 30 so far.
Yeah, hour 30. We could cut it anytime here.
Yeah, I want to keep going.
Like right now, hey, what's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for watching.
Charmander's our Ian, our researcher in the back. Just pulls like we like, hey.
That really is.
Hey Ian, can you find this video? And just pops it in the chat.
Follow Charmander at his Twitter page.
Webpage playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Is that what we're gonna do after the stream?
I don't know.
Casino stuff, dude. Gambling.
I gotta claim all my stuff from Switch Prime.
You gotta claim all my stuff. I couldn't sign in, dude.
So, do you guys want to wrap it up?
I gotta spread my asshole. Yeah.
We will be streaming next Friday. That is a guarantee.
What's that? That would be August the 2nd.
We will be doing BuzzFeed quizzes, apparently.
BuzzFeed quizzes. What Winnie the Pooh character are you? What avatar character mental disability do you have?
Which nut of Christopher Walken do you like better?
Tapioca, dude.
Yeah.
Best flavor.
So, yeah, we'll be back at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on August 2nd. That's Friday. So yeah, thank you all for joining us on the third episode of the RedactedHour podcast. Be sure to join us next time. I'm gonna fade us out here. Hold on. I don't have music for that. Alright, transition speed 5,000 milliseconds. We're fading out.